Hey everyone, I'm Jesse Davis from the Minnesota Farmers Market Association. I'm the Program and Outreach Coordinator. I'm not able to be here in person for this webinar, but I did want to talk a little bit about my experience not only with the Minnesota Farmers Market Association, but with implementing an EBT program in my local market, which is here in Grand Rapids in beautiful northern Minnesota. Little snowy out, but it's really beautiful. Now, there was a lot of trepidation with our market members when it came to implementing EBT. For some, it was not wanting to put the directors' social security numbers on the forms in order for the government to make sure that no one's been prosecuted for fraud or anything like that. For others, it was the daunting amount of paperwork. And others just felt that there weren't going to be that many opportunities to sell to folks who were receiving SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. We couldn't have been more wrong. We, as a small market up here in northern Minnesota, sold close to $8,000 of local produce, meat, eggs, jam, honey, and we also, through the help of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota and their matching market buck funds, we were able to take in close to over another $1,000. Now, in addition to the EBT, we also took credit and debit cards, and we took in well over $15,000 of credit and debit sales. Now, whether these folks that were using their credit and debit cards would have gone to the ATM or used cash, well, that's negligible, but there's a fairly good argument that a lot of those SNAP dollars, a lot of that EBT would not have come through. So I do want to let folks know this can be even in a small to medium-sized market. I think our largest amount of vendors we had this year on any given day was 24 vendors, if that gives you an idea. But a couple of the things that really made this such a good program for us, besides the help of the Minnesota Farmers Market Association, which helped us purchase the wireless POS machine, helped us integrate it with a cardholder services place, was the fact that we got to the community at a grassroots level. We started off by contacting our local bank, which is a state bank, Grand Rapids State Bank. And we asked, would they be able to help a volunteer to run the booth, to help with the bookkeeping, to make sure that the card swipes were going through properly, and just to help people with the questions, especially as it was a brand new program. And they responded in kind. They have an intern that they hired every year, and they gave that intern to us every Wednesday and Saturday morning. She was behind the table, and she was a wonderful ambassador to our market. We also reached out to our food banks. And so the folks that were running the food banks would let all the folks that are struggling to put food on that table, hey, there's also this option at the Grand Rapids Farmers Market that not only accepts EBT, but will give you an additional up to $5 matching market bucks from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota. We also reached out to different churches and organizations because we know through the Blue Cross research done at the Midtown Farmers Market in Minneapolis that word of mouth over radio advertising, newspaper advertising, bus stop shelters, it's word of mouth that gets that out. And so we also made sure that our health and human services folks in Itasca County and elsewhere knew about this and would mention it. And we had such fun turnout. One of the gals from the Extension Service who does the Simply Good Eating program, which aims to teach folks in lower income levels how to actually cook local produce, she had so many comments that people said, it's actually fun to shop. I look forward to going to the market and shopping. And with the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota matching program, which we anticipate to be going on in 2013, people would show up market day after market day to increase their spending power by that $5 every market day. And people really saw that as an incentive. Now, the way that we had this set up at the Grand Rapids Farmers Market and through all the markets that coordinated with the Minnesota Farmers Market Association, you had one central card holder booth or card reader booth. Folks, whether you're doing credit and debit or EBT, would swipe their cards and tell the person behind the booth, this is how much I would like to have. So whether they were the red coupons for EBT or the green for credit and debit, it still didn't feel like the folks using EBT had to go to the back of the bus, if you will. And then our farmers market vendors got dollar for dollar, whether it was the market bucks from Blue Cross or whether it was the tokens themselves. They got dollar for dollar what they would have gotten if it was cash in hand. Now, that does require some logistics, and that is going to be the major milestone. Now, the Minnesota Farmers Market Association can help with the layout of how to keep track, how to make sure your farmers and vendors get paid back. But once it's set up, it's not that difficult. It takes about a half an hour to an hour, depending on how busy your market day is, to make sure that everything is taken care of, the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. But if you take a look at us, our first year, taking in, combined with the market bucks and the EBT, almost $9,000 of extra money for our market vendors, it's definitely worth it. And when you get the sense of community goodwill that the folks who support getting local, healthy food into the hands of folks that are struggling, you've got a double whammy there. And I think all of our folks, from the most strong supporters like myself to some of the, the older folks who are really saying, Jesse, I don't know if this is going to work. We're all really far behind, or not really far behind. We're really behind this program, and we're really looking forward to EBT success in 2013. I want anyone to feel free to contact me, J Davis, D-A-V-I-S, at mfma.org. If you have any questions or any way that the Minnesota Farmers Market Association can assist you in implementing an EBT and possibly credit debit program at your market. Because even though there's a few hurdles, logistical and technological, it can really take your market to the next level. Thanks a lot.